Good morning. This is Shantae with Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorns. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. So I was looking at Instagram today, and I wish today was like a Sunday because these are the messages we have to get out. So we are both God and the devil. I was like, whoa, really? You know, um, because we do good and we do evil. Um, Even in terms of speaking about it, like I remember like the day that I just could not I didn't realize that I was so angry, and I started to do the Sunday I started to do the Ma'at, and it was like, oh no, I can't do this today. Like I couldn't do it. It was a turnaround. It was like, no, I can't. This is not me. Like I'm not this person that I'm trying to pretend to be. And so then it's like it feels like a hoax. Like like I am pretending and I'm not. It's like that's my character. And so like it's hard sometimes because you're like, what the hell, Um, it's not that I don't speak because I'm angry all the time. It's just like I don't want to address the ignorance in the room. Or somebody wants to shut me down all the time. Like it's like why? Like what is the point of what's supposedly happening? Um, and so I don't know. It's like I don't get none of it. I just don't. I don't get it. So like, but what I'm saying is like, at some point you will want to hurt somebody just because you have to protect. And when that's the situation, then it's a different. It just feels different. And so yeah, you are both God and devil. I had to think about when I was the devil. When you hurt people, it's not that you are absolved of wanting to do that. It's something that you probably are gonna want to do someday because people misunderstand and again, if it's ignorance and it's power, it's a deadly combination. You know, like um, and it's been like that for a long time because we were taught like listen to your elders and they know what they're doing and all this different stuff and don't talk back and all this and it's like sometimes you have to speak up because if you don't speak up the mistake is going to continuously be made. You're going to still keep teaching your kids like all these messed up things. So I remember somebody was telling me about superstitions and it's like, well, I don't teach my kid that. He doesn't know the superstitions. And so that kind of absolves him of like the things that people keep talking about. Like, he just doesn't know. I'm not even gonna mention him because I know he might hear me, but it's like I don't want to teach him that that's how his life has to be because I feel like if he throws out like it's a thing. If you throw out a positive, if you wake up with one positive thought, you could like have positivity all day. And so that's the one thing I really like and agree with that. I am not a self help person though. Like if it's a oh God, do you hear me? If I try to go through self help, I would end up having the most messed up week. And I don't know. And it'll be like I really want to do the book. Like I really want to get through the self help situations. I have tried this like at 3 points in time in my life, and every time I'm like the world is falling down around me. Like let me put this book down. Like I am so against self help books, but self help books. But um. I don't know. I think that's cool. I also saw that fear is a virus. I believe so too. I mean, I learned that a long time ago when people tell you, don't do this because what and that's like they go back into superstition or whatever. Like instead of them saying, go ahead and go out there and do your thing, it was like girls don't leave the house and women can't be president. It's like all this different stuff. So anytime I do something, I was like, oh my God, what you doing? How you doing it? Why are you doing those things? And it's like, well, because I want to, because I felt it. Some bad things happen, some good things happen, but it's always been a situation where people would try to discourage me from doing those things. Or it was like a shock that I was doing something. I still haven't done everything I want to do. Like I want to hike for like a number of days and stay out in the woods. I still want to travel and leave the country and like all these different things that I haven't done yet, and not because of fear, it's because of no money, and having a kid. And so it's like I'm always trying to think about how we can get out of like the country and like what it'll be like and stuff like that. Like what can we leave behind? And that's another reason why I kind of want the bus, because then I know if I leave the country, I can park the bus or pay somebody to keep the bus somewhere, you know. And since it's just a vehicle, I remember one guy was like charged me like $5 a day, so that's like $60 a month, you know. And just clean it, you know what I'm saying? It's like you could just sit there, so we could still travel to other places and not have to worry about coming back and it's like the upkeep of a house or bills or whatever, you know. And also the the responsibility, the money responsibility is cheaper. And I know people like, what the hell? You know, I was watching, oh my God, I was watching Black as Fuck, and they were like talking to their friends, but they were out of pocket. And she was like, yeah, you just get your bus and you just travel, you know. And it's like, but they can still take a plane too, you know. It's for me, I thought it would be just easier because it's just less upkeep. It's a lot of upkeep, but it really is less upkeep. Um, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a one time investment. I got this shot to like just do what I gotta do with it, and then I can still move on with my life and still have money in my pocket as a single mother. Um, and so I know people don't see that vision, but it's my vision. And then the other thing is, I thought, man, I can help people who have been abused. So it's a good way to try to get out too. Um, it's a place to seek shelter. You know, even after I'm done with the bus, what if it's used to help families or a woman get back on her feet? You know, because that's something where I hate it. Because it's like, how do we ever get out? Because sometimes they believe the man, they believe everything he say, they believe him, and it's like, no, that person, she's not like that. Like that is not her personality. And sometimes it really is her. You know, it really could be her as the problem. But seriously, it's almost like, um, I thought, man, it could be like a way for me to build a camp or a refuge or something like that where we could be successful and we could live in a modest lifestyle and still have all the things that we want, especially like if you want to travel, especially if you want money in a bank to save. It'll be like a place where people could actually save money instead of having to like put back big investments or go to people to help them get the down payment on the rent, or then have to move into a bad neighborhood for, or send a kid to a school that they really don't want to go to. You know, because you could really have everything that you want. And in the process, because it's so little space, it's like you still save money. I mean, because being minimalistic, like when I thought about being minimalistic, I wouldn't think about the stuff. Like it's like the stuff can be taken in and given away. But if you don't have space for the stuff, you then start to really think about, okay, do I really need this? You know, sometimes when I buy, I'm like, can I use this on the bus? Can I use this? You know, I want to be sure I Bluetooth. I want to be sure, like, about how much power and space it takes up. I'm thinking about how warm it is. I'm thinking about how can it transfer to the bus? Can it transfer to the bus? Can I cut the table in half, put half of it on the bus? You know what I'm saying? It's like, can it be part of the front table and the back table? Can I then cut the table and put a sink inside of it? Um, you see what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to think about the duality of the stuff I buy now instead of thinking about the whatever, you know. So it's like that's all I'm thinking about is what it is that I need. So fear is a virus because there's so many people that like call people on me and stuff like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like we've been researching this since we've been broke, you know, since we've been poor, and it was like the best initial investment to make because it's such a time for us to do that. I got what 3-4 years with my kid, you know, before he gets too old for me to really be living on a bus. You know what I'm saying? Or where I might feel like he's too old for us to be living on a bus. But at least I got that time. And so even if he was older, I think I would still do the same thing. I would probably try to get a bigger bus, but at this point, it would be nice to make that initial investment for the bus, design the bus, get the bus to a place where somebody can actually live on it because it still changes and stuff that would probably have to be made. Like it's it's always an experiment with me. The hypothesis is that when I first put everything in there, when I first get it together, it's not gonna be perfect. So I would still have to like maybe think about what I still need in her. You know, even kitchen space. Like I know for kitchen space, Then I thought about duality, kitchen space and art space. So where would I be able to put the canvases? I haven't even bought canvases yet to think about how much space a canvas could take up. After I already initially thought about putting the canvases underneath the bus and the paints and all this different stuff. Um, so yeah, it's just like, and then I want to be able to have a hatch, a little hatch to be able like to go underneath the bus. If I put everything underneath the bus, I want to have a hatch that's big enough for me to be able to pull out a canvas and pull out art supplies if I needed to. That's those things are important to me because I'm like a very organized person. So it's like, how do I afford that? Because a lot of my ideas are expensive. That's the other thing. I don't want to like trip on myself and not have expensive items because I feel like at some point my son does leave me and it may become an art studio or it may become some type of business building or something like that. It's just always something that I can have, even if it has to sit up for whatever time. At least I can sit in it and be satisfied that it's beautifully decorated and it's very comfortable and warm for me to be in. And so that's the whole thing. It's like that's all I think about. Is like the next step. How do I keep it going? How do I keep my idea going? Um, I also saw something where the hippocampus is shaped like a ram. I know it's like so random that I've into that, but it ties back into the God and the devil and how the devil is the ram or whatever, or how we the goat. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. I thought that was interesting how it's the shape of that is in the back of our heads. I don't know. It was a note I took. Then I saw Derek Jackson and he was saying what is attractive. So since I have been a younger person, I have been attracted to genius. Um, I love a man that offers me more than just sex. And I used to tell guys that too. I was like, don't be easy. Because I want the same thing you want. Sometimes I do want a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and go on about your day. You know what I'm saying? It's like some points in my life I did want that. Like I'm just like I don't want to deal with the emotions that are involved in being with somebody. It's like that's not something I want to actually give right now. Especially when I first had my kid, I just wanted him. I didn't want it extra. I wanted to know my son. And then when I did get involved with people, they were actually jealous of my son. And he's like 2, 3 years old. You're like, God dang it, are you actually jealous of my son? And I don't think they were. I think it was like something where they saw that I said that I was jealous or something like that. The video. So, as the time goes on, it's like, I start to realize, yeah, I really have been attracted to intellect. And that's something that I really would like, or like the experience, and it's not just the experience, it's like the person that I'm with has something to offer me, has something new to offer me, opens my eyes to ideas and emotions and joy and all this different stuff. And that doesn't come with a degree. It doesn't come because a person can have 50 degrees and still be an idiot. A person can have no degrees and still give you the chance of, like, give you the experience of a lifetime. Um, they still have some ignorance, but it's not as bad as what you think it would be. You know what I'm saying? It's not as bad as a person that has been actually educated with books. So it's my dad used to tell me that too. Like you don't need to print. Remember when MapQuest was out? He like, you don't need to print out no map. You gotta ask people, because they had experience. But in Texas, nobody lived there. So it was like, shit, I really do gotta print out the map. So it's like at some point my dad's advice became like, oh my God, you are my hero, to like, no, that is not good advice. That is not good advice, love. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was just like, oh my God, he was like, yeah, don't print out that map. You don't need that. Just stop and ask the people. You go to the gas station, like, I'm not from here. The person from the gas station to tell you they not from there, like, oh shit, I gotta print out the map. So it's like really according to your environment, you got to make your own way. And so that's something I learned. And so now I know when my son says, and I tell him, well, nah, you just got to turn your phone and do the, and it might be something new. He probably like, no, mom, that's outdated. You know what I'm saying? Like, someday it's going to be like, that is outdated. Turn on your Gija Bobi. I like that for directions. Your Gija Bobi. And you'll get there. It like light up under it come through the light from from the rearview mirror or some crap like that. Maybe it'll just get them there without that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. It's like someday my advice too is gonna be outdated. And it's not a thing where it's like, let me look down on you. It's just a thing where it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. My grandma, I remember my son had a fever. She said, put him in a tub with some alcohol. Y'all know I would have killed him. I went online and read that, and it was like, girl, please, he would have died. It's not something that people do anymore. Uh, so yeah, it's just a lot of. It's not. You see what I'm saying? It's not that they don't have anything to offer me, and it's not that I'm appalled by them. It's just that, and it's not that I don't love them. It's just that it's not what's for me. Um, and when it becomes not for me is when the treatment is different. You understand? Like when the treatment is horrible and all this different stuff. When they start to go to the abuse and being mean and all this extra and not caring, that's like where it's like, nah, I give up. I'm not into it. I'm done. I can't. It's not me. So yeah, it's not always a degree. It's actually just that person have knowledge of life and being able to like give you that growth. So intellect is not always because you went to school, because you can go to school and still, like I said, and still be one of the biggest assholes in the world because they're not teaching you social skills. They're only teaching you, they're only giving you so much. And then if you don't study, guess what? You still an idiot. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never relied on everything that was in the classroom. I believe every school institution I've been to, um, probably except for one. I'm gonna say for one, my last one that I went to, which was SMU, SMU, which was a company I used to work for, SMU Creative. But SMU, I went there. I never got the chance to go to the library, but for the most part, when I go anywhere, I stay in the library. I do. I stay in the library. I'm always fishing and looking and whatever. And sometimes I find the most interesting things. This time during my library stays, I have actually just like looked at design books because I'm worried about the bus. I want like something different, something upbeat, something bright. My son likes dark, like the dark stuff now, like dark maroons, blacks. He likes a little spice of white. So it's like I look for designs that offer me or lend me something to be like, okay, let me put this where it needs to go, a pop of color, a little yellow here, in there in the design. So I don't know. It's just something. That's why I want the bus. I don't think I'm explaining this as a grown person, but what I'm saying is that those are my ideas for wanting what I want. I didn't talk about the bus because I was afraid that if I spoke about the bus, like because people were already following me, if they would actually still follow me, and they actually did. So, yeah, it's like that's what I want, and we have designed and thought about it, and it's like it's still what we do. Christmas lights will not work because Christmas lights blow out, so we need like something that's gonna last better. What are these things? The LED lights are not bright enough. I did find some LED lights that were bright enough, but I'm afraid they're gonna go out too. So now my adventure is just trying to like find out what type of lights I need, as far as like putting it inside the bus. I don't want to keep changing lights all the time. And I'm pretty sure I can find some nice LEDs, even though it's like um, outdoor lights, the fairy lights, they actually light up nice inside the bus, like the battery operated lights. So that might be a consideration, and just keep a lot of batteries. And I won't have to worry about power as much with that either. So, anyway, I know that's like I keep switching back. I think this show is really just about the bus. Um, Motivation. So, I looked at that too. Like I was looking at like what motivates you, what type of people motivate you, and different things like that. And I thought about that as far as what is attractive. That's what you want. You want somebody that's like good to get up and motivate you. You don't need negative motivation because the negative motivation leaves you in a situation of horror and trauma and all these different things. And so, when it's a negative motivation, it's just like your mind, you actually are going through some real shit, and it's something that we forget about. Now, if it's a positive motivation, you'll talk about it, you'll indulge in it, you'll offer it up. It's just something that we do, but we don't realize how many times negativity has motivated us to make decisions, and sometimes not the best decisions for our lives. And sometimes it is the best decisions for our lives, but as women, sometimes we just end up with the short end of the stick with that, because we always the ones that have to be left to still provide for things, and we are the ones that make less money. And that's the hard part. Is like you believed him, he got a chance to keep his job, move in with another woman, and not pay bills, and keep giving out a sob story. Where a woman would have to give out the sob story, still continue to go to court, never be supported, never be. I had so many days of court. I would actually like miss work, so then I would miss pay. So then I couldn't pay my car note, I couldn't pay my insurance, I couldn't pay the rent, all these different things I couldn't really pay to go um to get my certification. So all those different things, I'm trying to move ahead in my life where this person came in my life to turn me down or pull me back. Um, I just hated that. And then to know that Brandon was like trying to redo it, like I didn't even think about it, but that's actually what he was trying to do. He was actually trying to just redo the abuse like over and over again. Like because this guy got away, he was right. And he wasn't at all. I helped him. He didn't help me. And so that's the whole thing too. It's just like even with moving, I don't even think he helped move the furniture or whatever, which it wasn't a lot to move, but I don't even remember. I don't know. Just even with that, I know he didn't want to move. I know that was a negative thing that he did. I remember the way that they compared to Brandon was one day he said, I said I want a new bed. He said, well, you don't need a bed. You don't need a new bed. And it's like, well, yes, I do. Like, why would that appeal to you? Why would abuse appeal to you to try to hurt me like that when all I did was try to help you? Um, and so that was it. I was like, man, this don't have nothing to do with this dude. Like when I really had to sit down and think about it, it didn't have anything to do with him. And so, what I'm saying is not that I thought about it like that. At the time, I didn't put it together because I had already locked him out of my brain. I had already locked the abuse out of my brain because I had already become into this new part of my life where I had healed and I was okay and all these different things. And then I guess he found the papers or started talking to the guy. And that's when he started, you don't need this, you don't need that, all this different stuff. And so, again, it didn't have anything to do with him. That guy actually abused me. He actually did hurt me. And again, I had just got on my feet, just got a chance to do what I had to do. For all that to be taken away or for me to be pushed back again. Um, I just didn't like that. It wasn't, I don't know. It didn't have anything to do with him. Nothing. So anyway, and then the last thing is I was thinking about this too. Like, it's okay to have. This person was like, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to be, tired. It's okay for you to procrastinate. It's okay for all these different things to happen because, man, we do a lot of shit. Like for real. When I first took that time off, I just was like, girl, you have been wanting to write for a long time, and that's when I did the 30-day book challenge, like the kid book challenge. I did that, and then I came up with the idea for the Get Out. And then I started painting more, so I got a few paintings done. I started drawing on the paintings. I am amazed. I don't know if any other artists feel this way, but when I really do draw something good, and I'll be like, I'll be like, where did it come from? Like, who gave me this gift? Like, what is the ascensions of heaven have opened? But this is the thing. My mom and my dad are very artistic. They don't know it. My mom and my dad are very. My mom can put an outfit together with no problem. My dad the same way. Clothes. Oh my God, they love them. I am. I don't know if I'm a disappointment to them because I'm just not. I do like my anthropology shit. I do like my Goodwill shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just like I'm not. I could probably put a house together for you. Like I could do a decoration. I could do some walls and put some decorations up and paint it and shit like that. But I like different. Like I'm like now I'm like really into wanting to build shit, whether it look cute or not. Like it's like I'm thinking about function and how it functions for me, and not really how it functions for everybody else. I hate thinking about what other people want to see. I don't want a formal living area. That's why I want the bus too. I want it to be like where I have to kind of sweep up every day, and because for me it's the feeling too. It's like I just had that feeling. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's better to have money in the bank and a clean bus than to have like no money in the bank and an empty. You know what I'm saying? In a clean house. I don't know. It's just like how it go for me. But when I think about the artistic side of me, and then I also had a stepmom who was like always feeding that art part of me, which was nice. So I guess because my mom, it was like we weren't allowed to do stuff in the house like paint. Uh, it was just like stuff we couldn't do because you'll get the stuff everywhere. And so for me, I just have a space where I don't care. Like if he wastes something or whatever, it's okay. Like we all right. We got stuff to clean up. It's water, shoot. At the end of the day, it's some water. We can clean it up. Um, and so and just make sure they understand how to clean those things up too. Like oil, you want to put like a little, soapy. I have what's that stuff? Borax. So I remember one day it was like a oil spill. You want to be able to put like a little something dry on top of that. Like if you have the way that you clean your furniture, I do this too. You put baking soda, you vacuum, and you get like 70% of the stuff that's out there. Also, you want to be able to like teach your kids clean the carpet. If you got carpet, clean the carpet. Get a carpet cleaner. Let them see you clean the carpet. My mom used to clean our carpet like maybe every 6 months or every year. She would also call and ask the people, the landlord, to change the carpet too. Like it's like we didn't stay with the same carpet. It just was not gonna happen with us. Um, with floors and stuff, I just kind of spot clean because it's just us. Now, I think if it's high traffic, maybe you have to do more. The dog, if the dog is shedding, I have to sweep and mop like every 3 or 4 days. Just until I get out her up. Now it's like less her since we've been here long. I guess before when she got her, it was like new, so she was like shedding more. So even with that, like also if you got wood floors, still get a vacuum, y'all. I really like still having a vacuum. At first I was like, no vacuum, but you still need it for furniture, and you can still use it to get the trash up too. It's like and get into like corners that the broom doesn't get into, so you can actually just go and spot vac the corners of the house. I don't know, but I grew up like that. Like we used to have to like clean the molding around the floor. What else we had to do? We had to wash out the trash cans. We had to clean the window. I mean, my grandmama had us doing everything. Like, it was no joke. You wake up on Saturday morning, she cooked breakfast. That's what you do. You got to get something and wipe off the dust on the moldings. You got to, what else? And so I'll be doing that too. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if she ingrained that in me or if it's just like I see the stuff and I'm just like, I do not want my son to be rolling on the floor sucking up no dust. I don't know. I don't want to be doing it either. I don't want to be on the floor because we like to be on the floor. And then it's just like something gross in here. So, you have to teach your kids how to basically clean up different types of liquids and stuff. If it has sugar in it, you got to make sure you put some soap inside the water. Just stuff like that. I don't know. It's a lot. So, anyway, the person was just talking about how you can procrastinate and like all these different things and still be okay. I don't know how I got to the cleaning products, but whatever. So, yeah, so and also comfort food, like just things that taste delicious to you. Like it's okay to eat them. It really is. Like it's been so many times in my life where it has marked me to not eat. And I know, y'all. I know a lot of people can't do it. You just smell it. You just. And sometimes even if you haven't been eating it for a while and you know it's not good for you, you just don't want it. Like it's not a comfort food for you. It's probably really your vegetables. So also, if somebody is just sitting there smelling it and they actually don't consume it, it's because they've already had the trials and tribulations of that situation. So don't be hard on people with that situation. Like seriously, I know. Like, cause sometimes it is like I won't have something for a long time, and then I just don't. I don't never want it again. Like I take my son, he still get fast food. I don't even bite it. I was, and because we was living off of it for like months. I'm a Chick-fil-A eater, but I'm not like a big McDonald's and Jack in the Box and stuff like that. And I know that he only had, I know it sounds crazy, but he only had like 6 years for real of fast food. And not all the time either. So it's like, boy, eat that stuff. You gonna run out on it one day. You gonna understand that it's nasty. But especially since I give him good food too. So it's like yeah, one day he gonna run out on it. But yeah, but for now, I think he should have the experience. He should have this experience of wanting a certain type of burger and getting it and tasting it and different things like that. Because then, as he gets older, he won't overindulge. It's the same thing with candy. Like I kept candy in the house like the whole time, and we had it in the house all the time because we sat on the parade line, and so they would come and throw the candy. I mean, and we were like, we just had bowls of it, bowls and bowls. It would be in there so long that it actually went rancid. Like we would have to actually throw the candy when it was a new parade. We have to throw all that candy away and put and refill it with the other candy, and it was always there. So now we just sit down and eat the candy, but it's not an overindulgence of it, you know. Um, as he gets older, he eats more, which is surprising. But I don't know, it's just something about that. Like I think when it's available to you and you had the experience of it, you're not gonna do too much of it later on, you know, like because you already know what that's like. So I don't know. I think that's the same thing with people who, the same idea with people who let their kids drink at a certain time. I don't think that's gonna happen because I really do worry about brain cells and things like that, and I want his brain to be fully developed before something like that happens. But I think that's the same thing. Just having kids, you know, um, indulge in those things at a certain time. And it's like, you know, maybe they won't end up. Maybe they'll end up with a more balanced life than an overly unbalanced life. You know. Okay. So anyway, that's my show for today. It's like, oh, today Man Crush Monday too. Y'all know who I'm crushing on. Seriously, that's it. I mean, I can't. It is three people. It's just like it's either gonna be David Banner or Jamie or 50. Some days I question 50. You know what I'm saying? I question him a lot. I question my motives with that situation. I don't know if he opposites. I don't know if it's because he a bad boy. I don't know. Like it's like something about him. And then it's like I think he's sweet though. Like I think that the world has perceived him the wrong way. He's just an honest person. Like he just really tell you how he feel. It ain't nothing else about it. It's just a certain respect I have for that. It's just a certain level of respect I do. Like he just say whatever on his damn mind. It's like no, you really cannot say that. But okay, all right, you cannot do whatever the fuck you want to. Okay, but all right, you did it. You did it. You know he be like when they like God, and he's like no you not. No, you not. You gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm for real. That's what 50 be going through. He is not a bad boy. It's just that little devil situation where he like, you better not. You better not. You know, it's like, oh, he did it. You know, he did it. He did it. You know, so it's nice. It's bold moves. It's something that um gives life to his story. You know, and it's not. I don't know. Sometimes it's horrible. Sometimes you're like, nah, you just playing. You know, um, and that's the thing too. You know what I'm saying? He just a little goofy. That's all. Um, I don't know, but I would fight him. We would be going at it. Man, man, like you cannot do that. Like what is? I can just see him now. I'm grown. I do. You know, I don't know. I really be making this shit up. I do what I want to do. Shit. You know, like no, the fuck you can't. You cannot. People are human and they got feelings, nigga. And you got money. That's all they trying to come for. So yeah, it's like yeah, you gotta watch it. Um, David Banner. I don't know. He still feel like home, but he's shysty to me now. I can't. Oh my god, I'll fight him too. I promise you, I would fight him. And it's like right? Y'all probably think he probably the meanest one out of all of them. You heard me? He probably the mean one. You understand what I'm saying? He always smiling for some reason. What you smiling for? What you smiling for? Like, oh my god, I like you. Just stop. What you talking on the phone for? Don't be doing no damn video with your face. Get off the phone. Get off the phone. And, you know, I'm just like looking at him like he a man in gray sweatpants. Get off the damn phone. Up here doing all that shit. Don't be around here skipping this shit like you fucking stop it. Don't be having no fucking meeting. Buy some more shit for some kids. Have another talk that's positive. He be getting on my fucking nerve. I be like, this nigga, I will beat the fuck out of you. You do it one more motherfucking time. Do it again. Do it again. I be want to fight him. I'm not playing. I be want to fight him. And Jamie, I just ain't reached that level yet. I haven't. I think I want to fight him when he was like doing In Living Color. So it's like now he just like moved past all that other stuff. He has transcended into the gorgeousness that he is. You know, I do think about Derek Jackson because it's like Derek Jackson he just is. He just is. You know, it's like how could you? How could you not wake up in the morning and be like, baby, what do you want? What you want for breakfast? You know, like what do you want to eat? you need me to put your powder. That nigga have me in here. Not nigga. That man would have me in here separating food and stuff for the week. Like stuff I don't want to do. Like, can you come help me? And he the type of man to be like, yup. Oh, oh, I already did it. Oh, oh my God. What you say? Oh my God. Man, that's that personality. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Y'all, man. And I'm so loosey goofy. For real. I be done forgot to pay a bill. He'll just be in trouble. I'll be in trouble a lot. I can see that. I can see him having to talk to me a lot. I remember my other boyfriend when I used to get in trouble with him. He was like, let's sit down and talk. Like, oh, fuck. Because I be mad, y'all. I used to be pissed. I have always had a temper. And it's not like I'm like it's a bad temper. Like, at first it was a selfish temper. Now it's a giving temper. Now it's a protective temper. So it's like, it's just a difference, you know. Like, before it was selfishness, it's totally different. And it's like, I was listening too because I was like, I didn't know I was like that. That was my culture. You know, it was like, he was like, this is a different culture than your culture. Like, you coming in here with this anger, and it's like, you don't have to have the anger. I was like, oh my God, for real? Like, for real, when a man takes the anger off your load, that's a whole different fucking situation. When a man takes the anger off your load, and this, I'm telling you, this is probably my key point about everything right now. When he actually take that butter knife, because the shit ain't even that thick. You understand what I'm saying? That anger be so in us, we don't even know it's not that heavy. You see what I'm saying? It's like the froth at the top of the fucking thing where you can suck it up. Just suck it off the top. You know, when he take that butter knife and just smooth it out, right? That shit feels so good. I was so selfishly angry. And he just took it away. That's what he took from me. He took from me that selfish ass anger. I didn't have to have it anymore. But then when I got back into my own world, I realized I do. Because that still wasn't my culture. You understand? Like, it's like that was a different, the Hispanic culture was a different culture for me. It was not my culture. Because my culture quickly reminded me, no, bitch, you got to be selfish. You know, and I wish it wasn't like that for us. So it was hurtful. You know, it wasn't the same thing. And I'm not going to go back to it either. You know, it's not something I want to go back to. I don't want to go back to being selfishly angry. I like to be protective angry, and you know, I like these new angers. I like these new tempers. You know, the other ones were so self-absorbed and protective of myself and my stuff, and I still am protective of those things, but not as protective as I was before, because I know that it's not that I can't take it with me. I come to the point where it's like, girl, you can't take that shit with you. So what the fuck gonna happen? And that's a new difference for me. The pack light situation is a new difference for me. You know, that meant a lot to me when I was 15. That's not when I first heard that song, but when I was 15, like I said, I wrote about living differently, and they made me rewrite it. And how I didn't want to have a house and a picket fence. You know, that wasn't my American dream. That was somebody else's. You know, I felt like that was a dream for white people. I did. And I think I wrote about it too. I think I said that too. That this is a dream for white people. It wasn't a dream for myself. And so, I just didn't want to struggle. I just knew I wasn't going to try to live like that. I just wanted to have money in the bank and live securely. Um, Even if it is traveling back and forth to hotels and youth hostels and stuff like that. And I also wanted to teach my kid how to do that too, like how to travel for cheap. So I thought that would be something wonderful for him to do, just like be able to get out and see the world. So, um, I don't know. It's like a lot for me. But anyway, yeah, what am I gonna tell y'all? You said what, Papa? Okay. Am I holding you up? Did you finish your work? Okay. So yeah. Anyway, this is Shantae. Yeah, Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorns. And I just hope everybody, I hope that in this time you get to follow and apply your dreams for yourself. You know, um, it's been hard because I got people in my business that I don't want in my business, and I have spent a life without people in my business, and so yeah, that's some shit I don't like. You know, that's all this boils down to. It's like people that feel like they can realize, actualize yourself when you already know what yourself wants. Um, People who have been given false information and then have transferred it into what they think it should be, and it's not, and it has nothing to do with them. And so that's it. I don't know. It's time for me to have my space back. I need my space. I'm not a little girl. And when I was a little girl, I wasn't even treated like a little girl. Throughout this whole life situation, I have never been treated as a little girl. And now to come back and want to treat me as a little girl, that's some bullshit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's, um, that's not what I'm telling you. That's not what I'm asking for. So, anyway, I am in meditation mode, so it's time for me to get the fuck off and get out of my negative thoughts and get back into the positive. And y'all stay loved, man. Stay loved, stay loved, stay loved. Stay loved. Stay loved. Please stay loved. Bye bye.